Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. The second phase of US-Iran negotiations is expected to begin within days, with Pakistani officials saying technical talks between Washington and Tehran cannot be postponed, despite the cancellation of a planned signing ceremony in Switzerland. Foreign Office officials said the agreement between the United States and Iran has already been signed, removing the need for a separate ceremony. Officials said the second round of broader talks is expected to take place after Muharram, as both countries move forward with implementing the recently signed agreement. Preparations for technical negotiations between the United States and Iran have hit a roadblock after a planned meeting in Switzerland was called off, raising fresh questions about the implementation of the recently signed agreement aimed at ending months of conflict between the two countries. According to a statement issued by Switzerland's Foreign Ministry, talks that had been scheduled for Friday at the Bergenstock mountaintop resort in Switzerland will no longer take place. The announcement followed confirmation from the White House that US Vice President J.D. Vance had withdrawn from a planned trip to Switzerland, where he was expected to meet Iranian negotiators and launch technical discussions on implementing the 14-point agreement reached between Washington and Tehran. Iran's Supreme National Security Council has announced that no transit fees will be charged for vessels passing through the Strait of Hormuz for the next 60 days. In a statement, Council confirmed that commercial ships wishing to transit the Strait of Hormuz will not be required to pay any fees for 60 days. According to the Council, the costs normally associated with passage through the waterway will be fully covered by the Iranian government during this period. The statement explained that shipping activity would be gradually expanded as safety conditions improve and operational arrangements are completed. US President Donald Trump has described the Memorandum of Understanding with Iran as being close to Tehran's unconditional surrender, claiming the United States completely defeated Iran militarily while choosing a limited agreement to avoid a wider global crisis. In an interview to Axios, Trump said the war demonstrated American military superiority, but continuing the operation could have triggered a global economic shock by threatening the Strait of Hormuz and oil supplies. He warned that if the operation had continued, the Strait of Hormuz could have remained closed, threatening global oil shipments and raising the risk of a worldwide economic depression. A Reuters report claims that Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, has established covert cells inside Iraq to carry out attacks on Gulf states hosting US military forces. According to Iraqi security and militia sources cited in the report, the groups allegedly launched multiple drone attacks between April and May against targets in Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. The sources say the cells operate outside traditional militia command structures and report directly to the IRGC, reflecting what analysts describe as a shift in Iran's regional strategy amid mounting military and economic pressures. At least 15 people have reportedly been killed in Israeli strikes in southern Lebanon, despite the recently signed US-Iran memorandum aimed at reducing tensions across the region. The Israeli military says it continues to conduct air and ground operations targeting Hezbollah members and infrastructure, claiming the strikes are a response to repeated ceasefire violations. The attacks come at a sensitive moment for regional diplomacy, raising questions about the broader impact of ongoing military operations on efforts to stabilize the Middle East following the US-Iran agreement.
President Donald Trump has said that Washington expects a complete ceasefire across the region, including between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon. In a social media post, Trump urged all parties to remain committed to the peace process as negotiations continue following the signing of the US-Iran Memorandum of Understanding. Iran's Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei has said that he approved the Memorandum of Understanding with the United States, despite having reservations about it. In a statement, Khamenei said he gave permission after receiving assurances from Iranian officials that the country's rights would be protected, adding that future negotiations would not mean accepting US demands. Meanwhile, Iran's chief negotiator, Mohammad Bakr Kalibaf, says that the Strait of Hormuz will not return to pre-war conditions following a peace deal with the United States. Speaking on Iranian media, Kalibaf said Iran would still operate within international law and rules of navigation, but insisted the situation in the strategic waterway has fundamentally changed. He also referenced a reported US-Iran memorandum saying $300 billion in investment has been allocated for Iran, including reconstruction funding. The US military has reportedly lifted its blockade of maritime traffic to Iranian ports following the implementation of the US-Iran Memorandum of Understanding. The move opens the way for shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, although industry officials say a return to normal traffic levels could take time.
That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.